Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Dashing with Flash. I have been on hiatus, if you will, taking care of some things. I'll go over that in a minute. I would like to start off by pointing out that this will not be the usual Dashing with Flash content. I'm not going to be talking about the usual gig economy stuff that I talk about. I'm going to be addressing some other things that everybody might not want to hear. So if you don't want to hear anything from me other than gig content, go on to the next video, because I promise you the next one will be back to the usual. Okay? So what I would like to address here, and first of all, I would like to shout out those of you that reached out to me in the last several weeks that I haven't made any content, and shout out to y'all. And I appreciate you for that. Okay? But I would like to lead off by saying that I want to stress the importance of mental health. Now, there have been people out there in this economy that have talked about this type of stuff before. I vaguely remember Pedro having a video along these lines a long time ago. But it's not something we should forget about. I would like to tell everybody to take the time that you need to address your mental health, whatever that may be. Because ignoring the fact that we all deal with different levels of stress or anxiety or whatever the case may be. Some people have disorders that deal with those things outside of what most of us deal with on our borderline day-to-day routine. Whatever it is that may be for you, take the time to deal with it. If you need to get away from work, if you need to get away from family, your life in general, school, whatever it may be that you need to get away from, you need to get away from it to improve your mental health, or at the very least get back to a plateau point, right? To get back to a good baseline, a reset. Everybody needs to do, which is why most jobs, you work a full-time job, you got benefits, a lot of jobs that offer you vacation time and leave time, which is why you accumulate 1 to 2 weeks of vacation time paid every year, because you need to take it. This is why teachers have 3 months off during the summer, okay? Because they're dealing with our kids for the other 9 months out of the year. So take the time that you need. Get yourself on a schedule for taking the time that you need. Again, because we're all out here to make money, right? We're all out here to make money, to improve our lives, to maintain our lives, to help our family, to help ourselves, to obtain goals. But it's all for naught if you can't function. And if you can't function well, if you can't function to 100%. A lot of times we forget that the mental is just as important, maybe more, than the physical. All right, because guess what? Let's say we're drivers, right? Let's say you break your foot. Let's say, and you drive an automatic car, and you break your left foot. Yeah, you can still drive. If you break one of your hands, yeah, you could still drive. You could still manage to get to A and B and do your errands, maybe get to work, do what you got to do. You could still function. But think about a piece of your brain breaking, for lack of a better term. You can't function in the same manner. So I think with that said, the mental is really more important than the physical in a lot of ways. Because if that doesn't go, the rest of you isn't going to go. Remember, the brain is in control of all of this. If the brain says no, that means no. And a lot of times we forget that. I'm 38. We've come a long way in the avenue of mental health, but we still got a long way to go. We have generations now, and the upcoming generation and the generation after them, that it's starting to become a focal point and much more important. You know, testing is much more available for this type of stuff. We're discovering different medications that can help people that outside of maybe cognitive, behavioral therapy, that can help you if those things don't help you. So I'm going to just wrap this up by saying, take the time that you need. Take the time that you need for you, for your mental health, because if you don't, you're going to be a detriment to yourself and your loved ones and everybody else around you, especially if you're out here driving, you're on the road with other drivers. If you're not stable mentally, it could lead to a real bad situation. I'm not saying that, that happened to me. I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out the dangers of not being mentally stable or being in a bad place mentally. So, take care of what you got to take care of. Much more upbeat, usual Dashing with Flash content coming shortly thereafter this video, I promise. And we're going to be back on track. Back to the usual. We're going to be back growing this channel. I want to super thank everybody that reached out to me and people that are still subscribing to my channel. And I haven't put out any content in the last few weeks. So to those of you who are newly subscribed to my channel, there is consistent regular content on this channel, and it is coming back on schedule. Thank you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Dashing with Flash. Peace out.